Hey everybody, I'm Corey.
And I'm Dana.
And welcome to Our Lives Travel. We're back cruising. Hey guys, and welcome to our Serenade of the Seas vlog series. Today we are starting off with our floor-by-floor ship tour, and we're going to start down here on deck 4 and work our way up to the top.
So first thing, we are not doing deck 2 and 3 because those are mainly staterooms. Deck 2 does have the medical center on it. So here's deck 4, and you can pause if you want to see all the things listed there. The first place that we're going to go is over here to the portrait studio. It's going to be up here on the left. I will see that hallway that you see right there. If you went straight down it, you could go to the Tropical Theater. It's located on decks 4 and 5. We'll show you more of that on deck 5. And so here's the portrait studio. So coming out of the portrait studio, we're going to head back slightly towards the elevators, and this is how you're going to get into the middle of the Grand Centrum. Or I call it the Grand Centrum. It is grand, but it's really called the Centrum. And every night they're going to have live music and different activities here. You'll also see in the heart of the ship they have this huge bar, and this is called the R Bar. And they usually have at least 2 and sometimes 3 bartenders here, pretty much at all times. Over here you're going to see guest services as well as shore excursions. All right, so we are getting ready to go and check out the Reflections dining room. That is the main dining room aboard here. That's the complimentary dining room on Serenade of the Seas. We are on deck 4, but it is also on deck 5. I'm going to quickly show you deck 4, just peep in the door because they weren't open yet. And then we'll show you a better view on deck 5. Up here on your right hand side is the card room. So if you're interested in meeting up and playing some cards with family or friends, there you go.
It's kind of hidden.
It's very hidden.
So now we're on deck 5. On deck 5, you'll find things like the Tropical Theater, the Conference Center, the shops of the Centrum, and stuff like that. But we're going to actually go outside first and then work our way indoors. As you come out the doors here, this is going to be the right side of the ship, which is the starboard side of the ship. The starboard side of the ship is the smoking section of the ship. There are lots of loungers out here that you could just enjoy the open air. As you're walking towards the front of the ship on the starboard side, you'll see over here on the left-hand side, I believe that this is the poop station for the dogs. It's interesting that I see it there because when you walk down this hall, you're gonna see over here on your right-hand side, there's a sign for it, but yet the station isn't there. So I wonder if they just move it. You'll see. I'm walking towards the front where the helipad is.
And just so you know, this is for dogs who people have brought on for handy-capable reasons, service dogs.
See, there's a dog litter box. But I looked down and I was like, there's no dog litter box. So I think they just kind of moved it. So once you get up these stairs here, on the front of the ship, you'll see the helipad.
some ships we've been on don't allow people to access the helipad. So it's nice that they do, and they actually have a couple benches up here if you wanted to sit. It's probably not accessible all the time, and certainly not in case of emergency, but it's nice that you can go up here during certain times to check out the view.
When you come back from the helipad, now I'm on the port side. This side over here is for non-smoking. So now let's go back inside. And the first thing you're going to see inside is going to be the conference center. I tried to go in from this side and the door was locked. So now we're going to go into the Tropical Theater. You got a bar sitting right here that's available during the show. I think some of them are paired like they don't have an arm. Like some of them are.
Yeah, so some of them they are
almost.
love seats, and they're sitting. You can see there's a love seat right there.
Yeah. Alright, so as we come back out of the Tropical Theater, you can see that there are bathrooms right out here by the elevators. Now we're going to walk around the corner to the art and photo gallery. Here's where you can sign up for the art auctions. You can also check out all your photos that you've taken throughout the cruise. You can buy cameras. I saw that there's an entrance to the conference room on this side. Now, I don't know if it's the same, if it connects to the same at the other side, but I saw the door was open, so let's go see what one of the conference rooms looks like. So now we're going to head to the shops of the Centrum.
This is also where you can get your RCL branded logo items. So you'll see hats and t-shirts and things, as well as little toiletries and things you may have left behind. So this is kind of the area to do all your cruise board shopping.
Okay, so as we come out of the shops of Centrum, coming back to the elevators, we're going to work our way into the Reflections dining room.
At the time of this recording, the upstairs dining area was being reserved for non-vaccinated passengers, and the downstairs area was for my time and vaccinated passengers.
Next cruise is where you can just book your next cruise, just like it says. So at Cafe Latitudes, here's where you can get all your fancy coffees, frappuccinos. You could also get desserts and snacks here as well.
And the snacks are all complimentary. So the coffee you pay for, but the snacks are all complimentary. And you'll find similar things here that you would find at the Park Cafe in terms of some of their little snacks. All right, so here we are on deck 6, and we are going to check out some lounges and some of the premium dining options on Serenade. So first we're going to go over here to the Schooner Bar area. On Serenade, the Schooner Bar is kind of more of a hallway bar, if I can say, but it is where a lot of activity would take place. So this is where you would have trivia. They do have music, the piano bars over here. And as you'll see when we get back even further into it, there are actually several different lounges and clubs back on this side. So this is one of definitely your entertainment areas. So as you can see, there you have the actual Schooner Bar. But over here on your right-hand side, this first restaurant we're going to actually come to, and it's almost here, is going to be Chops Grill. So this is the steakhouse aboard Serenade. And again, this is a pay option. And they also sometimes have lunch. This is the main bar at Schooner's Bar. And just a look around the room. Beautiful windows, so it's a great place to sit and just watch. People watch, of course, because like I said, it's a hallway, so people do walk back and forth. So there's a lot to see here. All right, and this restaurant that we're coming up to here, this is Giovanni's Table, also a pay restaurant, and this is the Italian option on Serenade of the Seas. Now this is interesting because we're actually getting ready to go into the Safari Club, which is going to look like just one big room, but it actually has two different lounges in it and the club. So it's got and I'm going to pronounce this wrong, the Zanzibar, the Congo Bar, and then the Safari Club itself. When you first walk in though, over on the right hand side, you're going to see the loyalty desk. And this is where you would go if you have any issues with your Crown and Anchor membership. Over here on the left, you're going to see pool tables, and these are the pool tables, you've probably heard about them, that are made in a way so that if the ship is actually moving back and forth or side to side a little bit, the tables auto adjust for that. Here's the loyalty desk. This is actually the Safari Club. You'll see in this room there are going to be two bars, and each one of those bars is considered a separate bar or a lounge. So they do have different names. So if you're meeting somebody there, you want to make sure that you know where you're supposed to meet them. Here's the elusive chef's table. This is definitely a pay feature. And so we're going to take a look at the room. It has a little waiting area, and then it also has a beautiful area where you're actually served dinner by the chef themselves. So back out here, this is the Safari area again, and this is where you're going to have things like your karaoke. They do some games in here. On previous ships, this is also where you would have the Quest. Now, Quest wasn't happening on this particular sailing, but if and when it does start back up, this is likely where Quest will be. That bar back there is the Zanzibar, and then the bar that was further towards the back, that would have been the Congo bar. So now we are going over to Vintages. And Vintages is a wine bar. And the thing that I like most about Vintages, we don't drink wine. So the thing that I like most about Vintages is the seating. They have some of the cutest chairs over there. You have to look out for the rose chair. So this is actually the casino. So the casino is kind of in the middle of the ship, and so it's a walkthrough area. And so you can see back here that once you get out of the casino, you'll see the Crown and Castle pub. And it has great places for you to sit. You can see over there.
They had a lot of sports games going on in here. Football was playing and stuff like that. People gathered in and watched the game.
And live music at times as well. And then here you're going to see that we have the cinema. So Serenade is one of the ships that still has a cinema on board. And so this is where you would go daily to see, I would say, first run movies, but fairly current movies. One thing to note is it is very steep in here. We've always felt that way, but it is stadium seats.
So now we're on deck 7. This is actually the deck that we were, our stateroom was on. On deck 7 is nothing but mainly rooms, but as you go past the elevators onto one side, you will see the business services, which is basically RC Online for any of your office stuff that you may need to do.
And you can just see from every floor that the Centrum is really the hub of the ship. So you can buy packages for internet with Royal Caribbean, or you can actually buy single day internet depending on what you need. And so you can use their computers, or if you have your own devices, you can use it that way too.
So on deck 11, you will find the Vitality Spa and Fitness Center, but you'll find the hair salon on one side of the ship as well. So when you go on the other side of the elevators on deck 11, you will see the Vitality Spa, where you can enter on that side and get spa treatments. So here's the Solarium pool, which is the adults only area. There are bars out here. You have an open pool area and a hot tub.
And just for reference, this pool does have stairs, so you can walk into it.
And on this side of the Solarium, you'll have the Park Cafe. You also have a refreshment station over here.
So this area of the Park Cafe, in the morning you'll find quick bites, kind of more continental, some sandwiches. Same thing for lunch, sandwiches and things like that. It's also open late night. So this would be an option if you didn't want to do room service. However, room service is open the latest.
So as we come out of the Solarium area, you're going to come to the main pool area. Over here is where you would have the towel station, so you can check out towels and return them here. You also have swim vests for the little kitties.
And it's interesting that they put these swim vests out, because if there were any children up here, there were 2. But they still put them out every day. But those swim vests are for kids.
There's a lifeguard station over here. So there is a lifeguard on duty at the main pool and at the Solarium pool. There's a pool bar on the right hand side of this pool area, and also a movie screen for whenever they show sports and movies late at night. The main pool area also has 2 hot tubs. So as you're going around past the elevators here on the left-hand side, if you're walking outside, you'll come to the outside eating area of the Windjammer. So when you come back inside on deck 11, past the elevators, we're going to walk towards the Windjammer. The Windjammer is basically going to be your buffet area. It is complimentary, and it is open for breakfast and lunch. On this cruise that we were on, it was open breakfast and lunch area. They have several hot stations and bakery stations inside of here. I think it's duplicated on each side. So here's like one of the hot and tasty stations, as they call it. You also got a sweet dream station to get all your pastries and desserts. And there's also a ice cream machine behind that station as well. As we walk through here, this used to be Ritas Cantina. It is no longer Ritas Cantina. Now it is just a seating area with a bar. So you could get your food from inside and come sit out here.
You'll see some places it's listed as Rita's Bar. Mm-hmm. But there is no food served here. All right, so here we are on deck 12. So this is a little secret I did want to just show here. If you're wondering what's at the top of the solarium on deck 12, there's actually a little seating area here. I'm not sure who it's for, but it looks very neat. So we're going to just start real quickly. You can just see a quick view of deck 11 below. Again, we're on deck 12, but this is what deck 11 looks like. So for those of you who are interested, 6 laps around is 1 mile. So you'll see we're going to walk the jogging trail here. Over to your left, you'll see the outside of the solarium. So that's the roof that's over the solarium pool, and it does retract. And so as we're walking back here, we're walking towards the Vitality Spa and Fitness Center. So I'm gonna peek in here on the fitness center area to show you the upstairs part of the Vitality Spa. So on the 11th floor, you saw the downstairs. That's where you get all your signature treatments in your hair. And up here is where the actual fitness center is located. These views are just amazing up here. I encourage you to come and check Deck 12 out. So here we are. Again, this is the actual fitness center. And we're just going to take a quick peek because I'm not really a fan of filming people while they work out. I want to respect people's privacy. But as you can see, they have some of everything in here. Weight equipment, bikes, treadmills, stair climbers, everything. Next here, you're going to see the sports court. Now, I will tell you the thing about the sports court is that it can be used for different things. So it can be basketball, it can be soccer, just depending on how they want to set it up. And a lot of times this is where some of the teens' activities will take place. Okay, so now we're going to go over to the Challenger's Video Arcade. And just like it says, it's basically an arcade. You can use your CPass card for this, and it's open 24/7. This is a shuffleboard course. I've never played, don't know anything about it, but that's what it looks like. You can see there are tons of loungers here. There are so many places to sit on board. If you want sun, you want shade, you're not going to have any problems with that. So we're getting ready to round the other side, and we're going to come up on Azumi's. And this is the other pay restaurant aboard Serenade. And this is where you'll get things like you can get sushi, teriyaki dishes, and things like that. the next little cluster area, and yes, I called it a cluster, is what we're going to call the kids area. So it actually includes what they're calling the kids pool, which I would really call it more kids slides. But they have the kids pool and they also have Adventure Beach. It's really one thing. It's some slides and a small pool. And then they have Adventure Ocean, and that's where you're going to find all your kids rooms based on kids' ages. So they have younger kids, they have nurseries, they have teenage areas. So we'll go in here and take a look at each of those areas. So this is the Adventure Ocean area. So this is where you're going to see everything for the kids. So you're going to have your nursery, your tot area, your teen area. So we'll just take a look at some of these rooms. So this first little area is the nursery. And over here to your right, you'll see that they have crib areas. And they also have like a little private room. And so each one of these areas leads back into the next level up in terms of children's age areas. And there are other ways to get to it, but I'm just kind of taking you down the hallway. So this is where you'll get to your older kids area. So you can see this is 3 to 5. This is probably like preteen, I'm imagining. So they get computers, there's a place for them to do arts and crafts, a little club style lounge, indoor sports. And as we walk out of the nursery across the hall, you will see the teen disco. It's called Fuel. And this is a little area for kids, teenagers, young adults to come in. They have a little game area, but they also have a little bar area and a dance floor. All right, see the diamonds? We're now on deck 13. And this is where you will find the Vortex nightclub. And you will also find the Viking Crown Lounge, the Diamond Club, and the Concierge Club. So it's really one big room with some dividers in it and different spaces. So there's your Vortex dance floor area. in the middle where the bar is, that's called the Viking Crown Lounge. Then you have the Diamond Club. And it's actually sectioned off. So they have the Diamond Club area as well as the Pinnacle area is over here. So in the Diamond Club, this is where you can go and get some snacks and refreshments. In terms of the free drinks, they're now located on your C-Pass card, so you don't have to come here to get those. You can go to any bar on the ship. And then you have your Pinnacle area. On the other side of the Diamond Club is the Concierge Club. Of course, we weren't concierge this time, so we couldn't show that to you. But that's a separate section similar to the Diamond Club, but it's only for suite guests and above.
Also on deck 13, you have the rock climbing wall. As you walk over, the sports court area is going to be the putt-putt golf or the fairways of Serenade.
Hope you enjoyed our deck-by-deck tour of Serenade of the Seas. Do you have any questions you'd like us to answer? Please be sure to leave them down in the comments, and we'll make sure that we do our best to answer them when we do our full ship review of Serenade of the Seas.
Thanks for watching.
Bye!